Greetings, seekers of ancient wisdom and forgotten truths. Tonight we stand upon a sacred threshold, a moment when the cosmic scales tip and the very fabric of our world shifts. Prepare yourselves, for the day we unveil holds power, balance, and a profound connection to the spirits of the season. Today, the 22nd of September, is a day known by many names across cultures and centuries. It is the Autumnal Equinox, often called Mabon by those who walk the pagan path, or harvest home, by our ancestors who lived by the rhythm of the land. It marks a pivotal moment when day and night stand in perfect fleeting equilibrium. From this point forward, the nights will grow longer, drawing us deeper into the introspective embrace of winter. It's a time of gratitude for the bounty received, a moment to acknowledge the inevitable descent into darkness, and a crucial period for preparing our homes, our spirits and our lives for what lies ahead. Spiritually, this day resonates with themes of balance, introspection, and thanksgiving. While many cultures celebrate the autumnal equinox as a harvest festival, the Christian calendar often commemorates the lives of steadfast saints. For some, today is dedicated to Saint Maurice and his heroic Theban Legion, martyrs who stood firm in their faith. People might turn to them with pleas for courage, for strength in convictions, or for protection in times of spiritual strife. Yet beneath these revered traditions, one can still sense the faint echoes of older, earth-centered beliefs, where the sun's journey and the fertility of the land held dominion. The equinox, at its heart, is a deeply rooted pagan celebration of the harvest, a time when ancient peoples gave thanks to the Earth Mother for her generosity, preparing for the lean months and honouring the balance between light and shadow that governs all life. Now let us delve into the very heart of this day's power, exploring the mythologies and histories that shape its mystique. For pagans, the autumnal equinox is often linked to the myth of Persephone's descent into the underworld. Imagine the vibrant fields of summer, bathed in golden light, suddenly touched by a chill. Demeter, the grieving mother goddess of the harvest, searches frantically for her daughter, Persephone, who has been lured by Hades, lord of the underworld, to be his queen. As Persephone descends, Demeter's sorrow causes the earth to become barren, marking the arrival of autumn and winter. The equinox is the moment when Persephone is halfway to her dark throne, and the world begins its mournful turn. It is a poignant tale of sacrifice, loss, and the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. It speaks to the wisdom of letting go, accepting the inevitable darkness, and trusting that light will return. The changing colours of the leaves, the abundance of fallen fruit, these are not just signs of decay, but gifts, a final burst of beauty and sustenance before the long slumber. Yet, parallel to these ancient beliefs, another powerful narrative unfolds on this very day, the unwavering conviction of Saint Maurice and the Theban Legion. Picture a vast army in the late 3rd century AD, composed entirely of Christians from Thebes in Egypt. They were elite soldiers sent by the Roman Emperor Maximian to quell a rebellion in Gaul. But when ordered to sacrifice to pagan gods and persecute local Christians, Maurice, their leader, and his entire legion, numbering over 6,000 men, refused. Imagine the tension, the unspoken pact of faith amongst these warriors. Maximian, enraged by their defiance, ordered their decimation, every 10th soldier put to death. Still they stood firm. Twice this horrific punishment was inflicted, and twice they held their ground, refusing to compromise their beliefs. Finally, in a furious decree, Maximian ordered the execution of the entire legion. They faced their deaths with serenity, embodying the ultimate sacrifice for their faith. Their story, though centuries removed from the harvest fields, speaks to a different kind of balance, the balance between worldly power and spiritual truth, between obedience to man and obedience to a higher calling. Both the pagan myth of Persephone and the martyrdom of Saint Maurice, in their own profound ways, illuminate the transformative power of this day, reminding us that every ending holds the seed of a new beginning, and every descent can lead to a deeper understanding. Now let us turn our gaze to the subtle whispers of the universe, the signs of fate that grace this pivotal day. Folk omens. Weather wisdom. If the day of the equinox is bright and clear, legend says the coming winter will be mild and merciful. But if dark clouds gather and rain falls, brace yourselves, for a harsh winter, perhaps even an early snow, is foretold. Our ancestors knew to heed these atmospheric messages, preparing their homes and hearths accordingly. Wind's decree. Pay attention to the direction of the wind at sunrise. A strong wind from the east signifies a turbulent winter, full of unexpected challenges. A gentle breeze from the west promises a peaceful season, rich with quiet contentment. The wind on this day is believed to carry the spirit's foresight. The apples fall. If you find a perfectly ripe, unblemished apple fallen naturally from its tree today, it is a powerful omen of good health and prosperity for the coming year. Its perfection symbolises the complete harvest of your own efforts. Should it be bruised or worm-eaten, it warns of potential health issues or financial setbacks to address. Squirrel stash. Observe the squirrels. If they are frantically gathering nuts and burying them deep, it's a clear sign that winter will be long and severe. If they seem less urgent, the cold season will be shorter and less demanding. These little creatures are nature's most reliable barometers. Migratory birds. Witnessing large flocks of birds migrating south today is a potent sign of a swift transition into winter. It signifies that the spiritual energies are also shifting rapidly, urging you to tie up loose ends and embrace change. If they linger, expect a prolonged autumn. Unexpected coin. Finding a coin on the ground, particularly a shiny one, is a sure sign of incoming financial good fortune. The equinox's balance brings opportunities for wealth. Pick it up, bless it, and carry it with you to attract more abundance. But dropping money, even accidentally, is believed to invite losses, a subtle warning from the universe to guard your resources. Home's echoes. Listen to your home. Unusual creaks, whispers, or drafts in an otherwise still house today are not just old timber settling. They are believed to be spirits, drawn by the thinning veil between worlds, attempting to communicate or simply passing through. Acknowledge their presence, but do not invite them in, unless you know how to protect your space. Dreams in this night. Dreams experienced on the night of the autumnal equinox are said to be unusually vivid and insightful, acting as direct conduits to your subconscious and the spiritual realm. Pay close attention to their symbols. Scales or balances. To dream of scales, whether perfectly balanced or tipping, signifies your current state of inner harmony or discord. A balanced scale suggests peace and right decisions, while a tipping one points to an area of your life needing immediate attention to restore equilibrium. Harvest imagery. Dreams of full baskets, overflowing cornucopias, or bountiful fields represent the rewards of your past efforts and incoming abundance. Empty fields or blighted crops, however, suggest unfulfilled potential or areas where you need to cultivate more diligently. Light and shadow. Seeing distinct areas of bright light and deep shadow in your dream indicates a need to confront opposing forces within yourself or in your life. The dream urges you to seek integration and understanding, rather than choosing one extreme over the other. Falling leaves or decaying nature. This isn't necessarily negative. It symbolises letting go, the natural cycle of endings, and the beauty in transition. It may be a message to release old habits, relationships, or beliefs that no longer serve you, making space for new growth. Hidden doors or paths. Such dreams suggest that opportunities or spiritual insights are available to you, but you must be willing to seek them out. The equinox energy encourages exploration of the unknown. Born on this day. Those born on September 22nd, straddling the cusp of Virgo and Libra, are truly children of balance and transition. They possess a unique blend of practicality and idealism, grounded in reality, yet reaching for beauty and harmony. Your destiny is often one of mediation and diplomacy, finding common ground where others see only division. You are intuitive, often possessing a deep understanding of human nature, and your spiritual antennae are finely tuned to the subtle shifts of the world around you. You tend to be artistic, with a keen eye for aesthetics, and seek beauty in all its forms. However, this innate desire for balance can sometimes manifest as indecision, as you weigh every option meticulously, fearing to disrupt the perfect equilibrium. You may struggle with emotional intensity, as your sensitivity makes you acutely aware of the energies around you. Your life's path often involves learning to trust your intuition, embrace necessary change, and find inner peace amidst life's inevitable fluctuations. Name days. Today, we honour those bearing names that resonate with history and meaning. Among the names celebrated are Maurice, meaning dark-skinned or Moorish, after the courageous saint, and Jonah, meaning dove, a prophet of transformation. Also, names like Emmeram, Thelma, and Thea. Let's take a moment to reflect on the name, Maurice. Those named Maurice often embody strength, resilience, and a quiet determination. They are often leaders not through overt dominance, but through their unwavering moral compass and their ability to inspire trust. They possess a deep sense of justice and are often drawn to causes that require conviction and steadfastness, much like their namesake Saint Maurice, who stood firm in his beliefs against overwhelming odds. They are individuals who can navigate complex situations with grace, always striving for what is right, even when it is difficult. Now let us shift our focus to the traditions and rituals that empower this day, allowing us to connect with its potent energies. Traditions and rituals, what you must do. Page 1. The Mabon Harvest Feast, Gratitude and Abundance. Goal: to express profound gratitude for the year's harvest, to honour the earth's bounty, and to solidify intentions for continued abundance through the winter months. What you'll need: a cornucopia or a large basket, seasonal fruits and vegetables, apples, gourds, pumpkins, squash, corn, pomegranates, freshly baked bread, preferably homemade, candles, green, orange or brown, and a shared meal. When and how to conduct. This ritual is best performed at dusk, as the light wanes. Gather your loved ones or perform it alone if you prefer, setting up a central altar or table with the cornucopia overflowing with your harvest items. Light the candles, symbolising the enduring light of gratitude. As you share the meal, pass around the basket, with each person, or you, if alone, taking a moment to voice what they are grateful for from the past year and what they hope to bring into their lives in the coming season. You can say, Earth Mother, we thank you for your generous hand, for the fruits of labour and the bounty of this land. As day yields to night and light to shadow, we embrace your wisdom, and our gratitude we sow. What to do after. Enjoy the meal, savouring each bite as a blessing. Leave a small offering of bread or fruit outside for the nature spirits or local wildlife, as a gesture of shared abundance. Preserve some of the bounty, make jams, pies, or freeze vegetables, to carry the harvest energy into the colder months. 2. The Equinox Balance Meditation, Inner Harmony. Goal: to align your inner self with the cosmic balance of the equinox, finding equilibrium between your light and shadow aspects, and preparing for introspection. What you'll need: 2 candles, 1 white for light, 1 black for shadow, a quiet space, comfortable seating, and perhaps some calming incense like sandalwood or frankincense. When and how to conduct. Perform this ritual in the quiet hours after sunset. Place the 2 candles side by side, light them, and sit comfortably before them. Close your eyes and visualize a set of ancient scales within your heart. On one side, place all your joys, achievements and strengths, your light. On the other, place your worries, struggles and doubts, your shadow. Breathe deeply, allowing yourself to acknowledge both without judgment. Visualize the scales slowly coming into perfect balance. Open your eyes and gaze at the candles, understanding that both light and shadow are necessary for completeness. You can chant softly, Balance within, balance without, light and shadow, casting no doubt. As the day meets the night, so my spirit takes flight, in perfect harmony, whole and bright. What to do after? Allow the candles to burn down safely, or extinguish them with intention, carrying the feeling of inner balance with you. Take time for quiet reflection, perhaps journaling any insights that arose during the meditation. This is not a day for impulsive action, but for thoughtful integration. 3. Seed of intention, planting for the future. Goal: to plant the seeds of your intentions and desires for the coming year, mirroring the farmer's act of saving seeds for the next growing season. What you'll need: several seeds, any kind, even dried beans or flower seeds, a small pot of soil, a pen and paper, and a trowel or your hands. When and how to conduct. This ritual can be done any time during the day. On the paper, write down your deepest desires, goals, or positive changes you wish to manifest. Fold the paper into a tiny packet. Take your chosen seeds, hold them in your hand, and pour your energy and intentions into them, visualizing your desires coming to fruition. You can say, "Seeds of future, hear my plea, manifest prosperity for me. As you sprout and break the earth, bring my hopes to joyful birth." Bury the paper and the seeds together in the pot of soil, gently patting it down. If you have a garden, bury them directly in the earth. What to do after? Nurture the pot of soil, watering it regularly as if your dreams are literally growing. If you buried the seeds in the garden, visit that spot regularly, reinforcing your intentions. This physical act grounds your spiritual desires, giving them a tangible pathway to manifestation. Culinary traditions of Mabon. Food on the equinox is always a celebration of the harvest. Think hearty, comforting, and deeply nourishing. Apples are paramount. Baked apples, apple cider, apple pie, apple sauce. Pomegranates with their many seeds symbolize fertility and abundance. Grapes and wine also feature heavily. Root vegetables like carrots, potatoes, and sweet potatoes are roasted, stewed, or mashed. Cornbread, squash soup, and freshly baked artisan breads are staples. Game meats like venison or wildfowl, if available, are traditionally consumed, reflecting the hunting season's beginning. The emphasis is on wholesome, earthy foods, shared in community, to express gratitude and strengthen bonds as the days shorten and the chill sets in. Now let us tread carefully, for this day of powerful balance also carries with it profound warnings. Ignoring these main prohibitions could invite discord and misfortune. Main prohibitions of the day, what you must not do. What's 1? Do not waste food or disrespect the harvest. This is paramount. To carelessly discard food, to complain about the quality of the harvest, or to show ingratitude for nature's bounty is a grave insult to the spirits of abundance. Consequences. Such an act is believed to invite scarcity, leading to lean times, failed crops, or unexpected financial hardship in the coming year. You will find yourself constantly struggling to meet your basic needs, as the universe mirrors your lack of appreciation. 2. Do not engage in conflict or hold grudges. The equinox is a day of perfect balance. Any act that deliberately disrupts harmony, arguments, gossip, seeking revenge, or harbouring resentment is profoundly ill-advised. Consequences. Violating this brings immediate disharmony into your life. You will find yourself embroiled in endless disputes, facing opposition at every turn, and your relationships will suffer, leading to loneliness and emotional turmoil. The unbalanced energy will cling to you. 3. Do not begin major new projects or ventures. This is a time for completion, introspection, and preparation, not for initiating grand new endeavours. The energy of the day supports finishing what has been started, not starting afresh. Consequences. Any significant new project or business launched on the equinox is destined to falter, encounter endless obstacles, or remain eternally unfinished. Its foundation will be unstable, and it will drain your resources and energy without yielding fruit. 4. Do not borrow or lend money. Financial transactions, especially those involving lending or borrowing, are considered precarious on this day. The balancing energy can be fickle with finances. Consequences. If you lend money, you risk never seeing it returned, or it may cause a rift in your relationship. If you borrow, you may find yourself in deeper debt, struggling to repay as the financial energies become entangled and confused. Keep your money close and stable. 5. Do not make hasty decisions or impulsive choices. The equinox encourages thoughtful consideration and inner alignment. Acting on sudden whims or making significant life choices without careful reflection is dangerous. Consequences. Rash decisions made today are almost guaranteed to lead to regret, unforeseen negative outcomes, and complications that will plague you for months. The universe demands careful deliberation on this balanced day. 6. Do not leave doors or windows open after dark. As the veil between worlds thins on the equinox, spirits and energies, both benevolent and malevolent, are said to roam more freely. Leaving your home exposed after sunset is an invitation. Consequences. You risk inviting unwanted spiritual entities or negative energies into your living space, leading to feelings of unease, unexplained occurrences, or even spiritual disturbance within your home and among its inhabitants. Seal your boundaries. 7. Do not ignore your intuition or the day's omens. The universe sends strong messages on this day. To disregard your inner voice or the subtle signs around you is to turn a blind eye to crucial guidance. Consequences. You will miss vital opportunities, make regrettable errors, or fail to heed warnings that could protect you from harm. The universe will stop speaking to you in such clear ways, leaving you adrift. 8. Do not undercut or undervalue others' efforts. Just as we give thanks for the harvest, it is important to acknowledge the contributions of all. To belittle someone's work or diminish their achievements today disrupts the communal spirit. Consequences. You will find your own efforts diminished and unappreciated. Your work may go unnoticed, and you may struggle to gain recognition, as the energy of undervaluation is reflected back upon you. 9. Do not engage in excess or overindulgence. While a feast is traditional, the equinox is about balance, not gluttony. Overeating, excessive drinking, or other forms of indulgence disrupt the harmonious energy of the day. Consequences. Such acts can lead to physical discomfort, emotional imbalance, and a sense of spiritual hollowness. You may find yourself more susceptible to illness or feeling sluggish and uninspired in the coming weeks. 10. Do not engage in self-deprecating talk or negative self-beliefs. This day is about appreciating what you have and who you are. To constantly criticize yourself or dwell on your perceived flaws attracts negativity. Consequences. You will find your self-worth diminishes, and you will struggle to see your own value. Opportunities for growth and happiness may pass you by as your self-perception blocks their arrival. Embrace your worth. As the golden light of autumn fades and the shadows lengthen, remember the wisdom of the equinox. It is a time to give thanks, to find balance within, and to prepare for the sacred journey into the heart of winter. May your path be illuminated, and your spirit be balanced. Until next time, keep seeking the ancient truths that shape our world.